One, I think it's worth calling out, right, that Shopify's published some pretty aggressive numbers around sort of growth, right? Like agentic growth of the last, I think it's like year over year. I want to say it's like traffic is up 8x, and I think transactions are up 15x according to Shopify. But like Eric says, like we're still only seeing maybe 1%, 2% of revenue really being driven from that on a per store basis. Some are higher, some are lower, but it's still a very, very, very small amount of actual revenue that's being attributed, at least as of right now, to those traffic that's coming from the LLMs. So that's the first thing to note, is that like it's definitely not going to move the needle for you between now and Q4, right? And so if you're a brand going, hey, I got to hit my numbers this year, plowing all your money into agentic is probably not going to be the answer to do that. And you're absolutely better positioned to just double down on owned channels, right? So looking at email, SMS, retention, focusing on the storefront initiative, making sure you are dialed in and converting at the highest AOV possible, for your target audience, for your paid acquisition channels that you're likely going to be scaling up between now and the end of the year. Those are definitely where the focus should be placed in terms of moving the needle this year. But at the same time, there's an opportunity there. There's an opportunity to get ahead and an opportunity to position yourself to make sure you are positioned to acquire that traffic that's coming from the LLMs, as compared to your competition. And so there's a real need to sort of be running in parallel on both of these. But I would not be pulling budget from other growth initiatives that are aimed at hitting your 2026 numbers and plowing that all into agentic just yet. But there's a lot you can do at the very basic level in terms of basically, honestly, just getting your data structured correctly. So looking at things like product page, looking at how do you have your catalog set up? How are those catalogs feeding into the LLMs, right? How's your data structured? If people are discovering you on LLM, is your pricing up to date?